This is part 1 of our C# interview questions video series. If you are wondering why this video series, in this series, we will cover all the important and commonly asked C# interview questions. Many developers have shared questions they encountered during their interviews, and we will be addressing those here. If you have faced any interview questions and would like them explained, feel free to drop them in the comments section of my YouTube channel. I will do my best to create a dedicated video answering your questions as soon as possible. In this video, we'll answer this interview question: can you store different types in an array in C#? And the answer is yes. We can store different types in an array in C# by using an object array, since all types inherit from object. Let us flip to Visual Studio to understand this with an example. Here I have a console application. Let us create an integer array. Now let us initialize this array, for example, with a size of 2. Since this is an integer array, I can easily store integer values in it without any issue. But if I try to store a string, let's see what happens. We immediately get a compilation error. The error clearly says, cannot implicitly convert type string to int. This happens because arrays in C number are strongly typed. In other words, an integer array can only hold integer values. Now, if you want to store different types of data in a single array, you can use an array of type object. Once we change the array type to object, you will notice that we can store an integer, a string, and other data types as well. This is possible because object is the base type in .NET, and all types either directly or indirectly inherit from it. We can also store any type of object in this array, including complex types. For example, let us create a class called employee, and let us include two properties. So public, int, id, and let us include another property of type string, and let us call it maybe name. Now let us create an instance of this employee class. So employee.id, let us say id is 1, employee.name equals vst. As you can see, we can even store this complex type in this array, so we can assign it C. Look at that. Now in this array, we are storing different types, and we can very easily retrieve them as well using a for each loop. And let us use console.writeLine and print the value of the item that we have within the array. If I run, look at this, oops, we got exception. Let's actually bump up the size of the array to 3. Again run. We notice an issue. The output for the employee object is not meaningful. It just prints the class name. To make the output more readable, we need to override the toString method in the employee class. Inside the overridden method, we can return the employee's name. Now, when we run the program again, instead of showing the object type, it will display the actual employee name, making the output meaningful and user-friendly. Okay, so the straight answer to this question is, we can store different types in an array in C# by using an object array, since all types inherit from object. If you find this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Also, let me know your questions or topics in the comments. I would love to cover them in the next video.